Yo, what is poppin', my 420 army? It is your boy Mighty Liam 420, and here it is, episode 5 of the GTA story with commentary track. This time like I said in the last video, we're doing the jewelry store heist this episode, and yeah, it's only like 43 minutes long because I wasn't sure what else I could throw in, so yeah, I did this prep and did the initial scope out, and then all the preps in the heist itself, which every heist will hopefully be like this except for the Merryweather heist, which I'll do that in separate parts because I don't even want to show you, but yeah. That's a reference to Nico from GTA 4. I haven't played GTA 4, I just know it's a reference to that. Unless the reference is the GTA Online protagonist. You have to slam a car door in order for it to shut properly. Lester closes the door very slowly, so go to Rockford Hills, yep. It's actually really close where Michael lives, so... Luckily that light was green, so I went through it, and then... Yeah, to say Michael was a witness protection, but apparently he wasn't actually from some dialogue that was said in the game, but... yeah. The cop car drove by there. It's like, oh boy, that's the last thing you need is the cops on you about robbing the jewelry store. And yeah, this is the first heist in the game, which I'll kind of explain like the heist system, how it works a little later. Like, but basically, we get to choose crew members. We can choose our crew members in this game, and this is kind of a feature I hope we see back in GTA 6. Although for GTA 6, I would hope that we have. I would hope the game doesn't have more than 3 heists. So, yeah, because this game has a total of 6. This one, and then the Merryweather heist, the Blitzplay heist, the Pluto score, the Bureau raid, and the Union Depository heist, the big score. So, yeah, that does get a little overkill, and we'll be seeing all the heists, and I'll be showing all the heists in this playthrough with like their canon approaches and like the best crews for each approach. So, keep that in mind with the best crew members. That is, well, except for one heist, but you know, I'll explain that when we get there. So, yeah. Because even though we did get this sort of in online with like the casino heist where we could choose our crew members and all that, and sort of with Kyle Perico, but you still have to do like the preps and unmarked weapons and all that, which that should really, I would love to see that feature back in GTA 6, but Have it limited, then you could probably throw some more heists in GTA 6 Online, or GTA Online 2.0 as I'm calling it until you find out what it's officially called, but... yeah. There's a pacer right there. I'll try to see if I can get that for the Blitz Play heist. That'd be so funny. It's like, ooh, their getaway car is Acer from Cars 2. And then... oh, there's a premier vehicle that Michael gets later in the game. So... yeah, the reason is because jewels are like super valuable. So that's why Lester suggested getting the jewelry store, and there is kind of some unrealisticness to this. It's like when, you know, the professional kind of explained this a little bit in his video. He said that the stores have their footage last up to 28 days, but I actually Googled that stores actually last up to 90. So it's like, damn, you'd have to wait. So after you scope out a store, you'd have to wait 3 months for the footage to get deleted, and then you can go rob the place, so that way the cops don't end up tracking you, because do it too early, the cops can go back to the footage and find out that it was you who asked the question. So that's what's been unrealistic. But then you'd have to occasionally swing by a store, make sure it's still open until the footage gets erased. So yeah, Grand Theft Auto really does make heists look harder. They always make it easier than how it would be in real life, with like covering your tracks and all that, but... yep, so Michael's wearing like hidden glasses with a camera hidden on them so he can sneak into the store, take photos without anyone noticing. Aw, there was a little doggo there. It looked like a West Highland Terrier. What I've seen. Oops. Shots of the security features, and there's a girl smoking, but Michael's married, so that wouldn't matter. And oh yeah, I chose that suit for Michael because I thought it was the coolest one. I like the bright colors, so that's why I decided to give Michael a suit. And you need a suit to start this mission too, so that's why I went with my first playthrough. I just went with like the black suit because it was the first one I needed. So, and for gold, you have to take all 3 of them in the same photo. Pfft. It's like, well, this asshole just walked in front of me. It's like, how do you not obviously see him just standing there looking around? Fucking idiot. So you take the photo. That's for gold. But then at the final cutscene, Lester will still act as if he took multiple photos. And then you go talk to the cashier. If you walk by the desk, they'll fail the mission too. So, because obviously Michael's got to keep himself in cover. Yeah, jewelry's not cheap. So if you're buying an engagement ring, that'd be about like $500 to $1,000. And the store is pretty small. I'm pretty sure jewelry stores are like that in real life. Well, at least the one jewelry store at the mall by my house, by where I live. That's about a couple blocks away. Has a jewelry store in it, but not that as valuable. Like, hopefully, like, I would probably get something for like my girlfriend if I can find one who's not just gonna selfishly dump me, so. Yeah, and for some reason I didn't get a waypoint for like the ventilation system, so it took me forever to find it. And yeah, the Rockford Hills police station is right there. Sometimes you have to steal cars out of there for the casino heist, which, yeah.
If they're gutting the place, I might be able to get to the roof.
So you need to go into the roof.
So you keep up with your crew?
And take a photo of the vents.
Yeah. You see him at all?
You see him at all after the incident? Oh yeah, when Michael says him, he's actually referring to Trevor.
Where did they bury him? It's probably a John Doe then, right? What do you think? OD, shootout, maybe just a car?
Which, spoilers, Trevor is obviously still alive, and we actually get to see him in the next episode. So yeah, you climb up on the roof terrace. I missed the stairs, so I just climbed over that, and then... Yeah, so then once you get up here... Yeah, and then... For some reason they care for me over there, but you can take a photo of the vents. You could just jump down, but I didn't want to risk losing health, so... Plus Michael parked his car over there. Oh. Yep, just parkouring to the roof, and... Yep, that's pretty much... scoping out the place. Oh, I thought that was the door that opened, but it wasn't, so... I wonder what they're building there. There's like a blueprint for like scaffolding. Yeah, Lester, I'm coming. Oh, I just skipped the ladder entirely. Oh, and just clumsily hitting all the walls.
Here, take your glasses back. Let's go back to the garment factory. I called ahead and told
Well, and we got all the photos.
them the information. So, what
Yeah.
did you see? Nothing that'll cause undue complications. Yeah, it looked like a simple setup. Cameras broadcasting to a remote server. We might be able to wipe it. Security guard on the door. He won't want to die for rich assholes who rub his nose in it. Good. Alarm system's linked to the door lock. We'll get a good window so more talented access. Anything else?
They're both turning lanes, so it's like, what?
Merchandise is in the cabinets in the center of the store, by the register. Might start there. Glass in the cabinets wasn't bulletproof, means you can smash them easy enough, but stones will be in the safe at night. So, we go in when it's open then? Right. Once we melt down the gold, recut the rocks, that's an okay score. Yeah, shame we can't go in after hours, man. Those vents look promising. We might be able to flip that another way. I'm listening. Wait till we get back. About the crew. Yeah? There's this kid who's been helping me. Maybe we can cut him in. I don't work with amateurs. He ain't an amateur. Or if he is, he's a gifted amateur about to turn pro. He's a good kid, Lester. You know what they say? It's your funeral. One of them at least.
Yeah, at least Lester was reasonable and actually let Michael bring Franklin in on this, so... Yeah, I'll explain, like, well, actually, I think I'll explain the heist system now before Michael gets back to the garment factory, but basically, there's two approaches on this heist, loud and smart, so... Yeah, I don't know, I feel like the smart approach is more stealthy, that's why I kind of prefer the smart approach when I do this heist, so I was kind of glad that Rockstar made it canon, and when... Because in the casino heist, Lester will, if you choose the Bugsters approach for the Big Con, Lester will mention this heist, saying that he did something similar to take down a jewelry store, which means that the smart approach is a canon choice for this mission. So, kudos to Rockstar for making the smart approach the canon choice for this mission. So, yeah, the loud approach isn't really that. I mean, I don't have it. Not that I don't like the loud approach. It's just the loud approach you have to keep an extra eye on the hostages, whereas with the the smart approach, you just have everyone knocked out with sleeping gas, so... Yeah, and also with the loud approach, you have to have a good driver, because in the loud approach, the gunman has to keep an eye on the hostages, so the driver grabs the jewels, and you have to use a good driver to get... I'll explain once the crew members are actually showing up there, once we get back to the garment factory, so... That's my arcade right there. Yeah, even if you do the gold medal objective and take all three in the same photo, Lester puts them up as if you took separate photos of them.
Nice to see the methods have changed. Figure out what we're doing somehow.
Again, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
There's two ways I see of doing this. We go in smart, or we go in loud and dumb. Remember the vents? If we're gonna be smart, we pump a little knockout gas through the air system, then hit the cabinets while everyone's out. You'll have to source the gas, of course, but crowd control won't slow you down, and that might improve the tank. The cover is pest control, so no one will look twice when you're wearing gas masks. That means getting the pest control van, though. You go in dumb, and you'll need your famous way with people and 4 carbine rifles. But we can't buy them and risk them getting traced. No, we've got to find some in circulation. It's awkward, it's real awkward, but this is the gun favored by LSPD tactical teams, so one of their vans is probably a good place to look. A hacker can disable the cameras. The length of time depends on their ability. The alarm will be operating on the same window. The exit strategy is more or less the same for both options. The driver you pick will, of course, source some bikes. You come out of the store and make your way to the new subway tunnel they're digging off the Del Perro freeway. And you lose the cops in there and meet a truck in the LS River.
Alright, I want my guy Franklin on the getaway. He can handle a bike.
Alright, if you vouch for him, I'll take the risk. So how do you want to do this? Run in through the front door?
And we're obviously gonna play it smart, so now your driver Kareem, you can choose Kareem. If you use Kareem in a lot approach, you won't grab all the jewelry, so that's why you have to use Eddie if you use a lot approach. So that's why the smart approach is better, so that way you can choose Kareem as your driver.
Now the driver, he'll source the bikes, lead you out through the tunnels.
Because he's the best driver.
Okay, this one's new blood.
Even though he gives you bad bikes using the mud, but he
Under pressure.
doesn't really matter.
Now we're hoping to keep quiet, so this
The gunman,
much difference.
never choose Norm Richards. He will die in this heist.
Well-known
Go with Packy.
pickup crew. Small world.
That's how we did his event in the first episode.
Hacker.
And then you can use Ricky as your hacker, like I said in the last episode. We're going to use Ricky as our hacker because he eventually starts getting more experience. So
He may not be that good, but he's
this is the best crew for the jewelry store heist. The smart approach with Packy as your gunman, Kareem as your driver, and Ricky as your hacker.
Great. I'll do some research on the pest control van.
Christian is also the same as Ricky, where he kind of gets better over time, but yeah. And then Paige is like an expert, so she just goes on all the heists, regardless of whether or not she has previous experience from one before. Plus, Ricky also helps with one of the gold medal objectives on the jewelry store heist, which is to grab jewelry under 50 seconds, because he gives you 50 seconds exactly, so that's why he also helps, and yeah. And then Michael also gives Franklin a call, so...
Hey, what's up?
Hey man, it's me, Michael.
What's going on?
Listen, I gotta get hold of the money for that house we pulled down, so I'm getting a crew together for, you can guess. The pay will be awful, and the risk will be high. But you might learn something if you're interested.
Man, that's not exactly a great sales pitch, dog, but I guess I gotta start somewhere.
Thank you. Maybe one day you can put together your own deals, your own jobs. So, there's still some preparation I gotta do. Sit tight for a while. My buddy Lester will get in touch with the details.
And yeah, I was doing the BZ gas prep, or like chasing after the van. So for gold, you have to shoot the back doors open. So I just switched to a pistol, and then I was gonna try and stop the van and shoot it on foot, but I was like, nope, that's not gonna happen. So I just did this. And of course, I got a wanted level for shooting at it. So. And since Michael can't use his special ability when he's in a car, I kind of have trouble aiming, but the doors eventually do fall open for me to grab the gas. I know you're going to sit through a boring montage of me just failing and missing horribly. Then I have to lose the cops.
God damn it! Fuck, not the car!
So yeah, anyways, I'll talk a little bit more about the heist crew members. So Gus is also, by the way, for the hackers. Ricky gives you 50 seconds exactly, which helps with the gold medal objective, like I said before. Christian will give you around 60 seconds inside the jewelry store. They'll just pause, remove the waypoint. And Paige gives you 90 seconds, which is like a minute and a half, so... And Michael will be impressed with Paige, not so much Ricky or Christian. And then the reason why you do not want to choose Norm is because in the smart approach, he doesn't grab all the jewelry, similar with Kareem in the loud approach. But then what happens is that Norm will end up crashing his bike and dying or getting arrested. So I would be kind of upset if in GTA 6 it stayed somewhere, if Norm comes back in GTA 6, which, I mean, I do want to see Norm back in GTA 6 just to make sure he's still alive. And if he says, I once worked with the great Michael Townley, but I robbed a jewelry store and I crashed my bike, I was arrested, sent off to Guantanamo Bay. That'd be too bad. Or it depends on what plot line they go with. Like if Norm ends up being a heist crew member, or if he ends up working with like another gang of some sort, which I don't know. I think I'm probably gonna start doing some GTA 6 videos. Like theories and stuff and possible speculation, but even though I kind of said that in some of the when analyzing the screenshots, I think I might just do separate videos on those, so that way there's not like much of a dry spell. Because the GTA Vice City walkthrough was having trouble with submissions, which is wondering, like, I'll still try to pump out those episodes if they're not already out by the time you're seeing this, but or some of them will be, but because I'm recording this in advance. It's like, yeah, when I record, like, in the past, it's hard to tell what's going to happen in the future, so... Yeah, anyways, Gus Milita is also a good gunman. As I was saying, back to the gunman stuff, Gus is also a good gunman, but he takes a higher percent than Packy, so that's why I kind of like going with Packy. Not that I have anything against Gus, it's just go with Gus if you're having trouble with Packy's event, so... Got the BZ gas. Now we just need the pest control van from Bug Stores.
Oh, Les, we got us some good night gas.
Ah, good. Once we have the pest control van, we'll be ready to go.
I'm on it.
And yeah, I'm using the cop car from the Good Husband mission, because like I said in the last episode, I did the missions out of sequence, so... That's why I'm still driving that cop car. It's like after Michael saved Amanda, he was told to get rid of the cop car. He just drove down to the docks, or he could have even used it for the. If I had it for the BC gas, I would have used it there too. But yeah, no, things are kind of messy. So I still have the shotgun out, even though I could just knock him out with my fist. For some reason, I don't know why I thought it'd be easier to use a gun. So. knock this guy out, and then get in the van. It's a bug's death. That might be a reference to A Bug's Life, kind of. And for some reason, while I was backing out, the door broke off, or the one door did. Like, what? It's just sitting upright in a perfect position, so I would imagine what the Bugstar pest control people would be like when they see, why is there a door to one of our vans just hanging there? I didn't want to go for the stunt jump and fail the mission, because that would have been kind of embarrassing. So yeah, because normally this is the one you would do first, but I just kind of did them a lot of order because I was waiting for the Good Husband mission to pop up, and it didn't until after I completed the BC gas. So yeah, even with Simeon's event you saw in the last episode too, that didn't show up until after I beat the casing the jewel store mission. So yeah. I pretty much said all the important info about the heist, so and I'll kind of explain once we actually start it, but yeah. It's also really funny that this mission is similar to the casino heist in GTA Online, where you read the Bugster's approach, and then whereas if you're doing group sex or maintenance, you have to make 2 trips with the gear, but for this one, not so much. Even Young Ancestor, I think. Been a while since I've done a casino heist. I haven't been able to renew my PlayStation Plus membership because I've been busy with other stuff and trying to find other ways to make some cash so I can pay it all off. We're at the La Mesa police station, which is where you can sometimes still get away cars, but that one is like impossible to do in complete stealth, so that's why I bought the La Mesa arcade, so that way if I ever got that police compound getaway vehicle mission, the game would be forced to give me Rockford Hills, because that one is much easier to do in stealth. And yeah, as soon as I delivered the pest control van, the jewelry store job mission automatically started, so...
Lester, we have a pest control van.
Yeah, then we have everything we need. Then come to the warehouse, and we'll get this thing in motion.
Yes.
Yeah, autosave, but then... the mission automatically starts.
Now we all know why we're here. We got a store to take. Plan, simple, elegant. Listen to Lester. Pay attention to the information he gives you, and we'll all make a buck. Bad, drill. Organize, each other. We got caught up in a robbery and acted in self-defense. It's not going to be an issue because everything's going to go just fine.
The alarm system is easy to operate. You need to be running things. I'll fly myself. No problem, but you should be able to get a sort of easy window. How easily? Job it. Now, once it's down, see Michael.
Next to the good. That's why I came here to the roof. Goes to sleep. If we run into trouble, we will quickly force. Questions? No?
So yeah, we're actually moving on this thing. Yeah, and also the dialogue would obviously be different depending on who you chose for your crew members. So there's a cat right there,
People, initials only from here on out.
and then you wait for Franklin to get into the car. And when you're driving past the Bugsters van, you gotta actually keep a careful eye on Packy and Kareem to make sure you don't accidentally run them over. And that's kind of what I did here. And there's also different dialogue between Michael and Franklin depending on who you chose for your crew members.
Gas on these guys, you'll kill them.
Which is right after Michael says, I got enough shit to worry about.
Just be careful. Yeah, okay. Listen, I stuck my neck out for you here.
Man, you don't need to tell me that shit again.
I got faith in you, F, but you're unproven.
Unproven? For real. So I didn't prove myself when I jumped off the back of that yacht on the highway, huh?
Yeah, but these guys don't know you. They see some gangbanger with a happy trigger finger. They got money and their freedom on the line.
I ain't gonna fuck this up, man.
Good. I got enough shit to worry about.
So what kind of people we working with, man?
Don't worry about the crew. Worry about yourself.
Look, homie, I'm gonna look after my shit. It's just I'm curious.
Well, the guy coming inside with me is tough. The driver and hacker, they ain't so good. But you know how much of Madrazo's money am I meant to give away, huh?
Shit, sounds reasonable.
And we'll find out just how reasonable in a couple hours.
Oh yeah, if you chose Packy as your gunman, Eddie as your driver, and Paige as your hacker, Michael would say, see, these are like the best guys in the business. Do I really need to give 12% to a gunman, 14% to a driver, 15% to a hacker? I feel like a chump buying myself a score, which is funny. If you chose Gus as your gunman with Eddie and Paige, Michael will still say 12%, even though Gus takes a 14%. So there's kind of a small inconsistency there on Rockstar's part, but then, yeah, it's like if you chose, like if you went with Norm, Kareem, and Ricky, then or Christian, it's like he has a chief gunman, chief hacker, chief driver, and pretty much anything can go wrong. And yeah. Yeah, that's just some of the interesting dialogue. So they bring back Heist in GTA 6. That would be cool if they also had they're probably gonna have dialogue like that too. If the guys aren't there, then Lucia and Jason could be like talking amongst each other, like, what type of guys are we working with? We have some tough gunmen coming into the bank with us, but and we also got a good hacker, so we have time in there. However, our driver ain't really that expensive, kind of stuff like that. So yeah, and obviously you don't want to get cops on you before you even get into the jewelry store. That would not be good, and then the whole thing would be blown. So even though we're gonna get driving laws, or just accident, I drive on the wrong side of the road here.
Alright, this is it up there. Way through the site, up to the roof.
Man, we went over this. I'm cool.
Yeah, then as soon as Michael drops Franklin off, you can see both the truck with the bikes and the pest control van drive by. It's like, were they following from a distance? So yeah.
Hello? Exterminators here? Hey, there ain't no one around.
That suits us. Come on, get up to the roof.
Hey, shoot!
I love how fast Franklin is with well, actually, I was just kind of sprinting here. He's like, oh shit, I gotta go fast even though there's nobody up here. Imagine if there was actually someone was up there, but then they probably would have gotten Franklin's face, and it'd be kind of hard for him to throw the gas into the
We're in position, waiting on your signal.
Just gotta keep rocking.
vent system. So yeah, then you pull out the tear gas door in the vent, and I actually get it on the first try. You have to like line up the dot, the center dot there, so it's like on the yellow marker,
Man, too sick.
and then
That was it. We going out.
I love her a lot. I just...
Think about it like this. I always say I told them to fix that hot damn AC.
What's going on?
see if everyone's gassed out, and then Packy and Michael go into the store to grab all the jewelry. Oh yeah, the reason why I'm using Michael's special ability is because that actually helps with the grab jewelry in under 50 seconds, which is only like 37 seconds if you use Michael's special ability, although using first person mode also helps because you can just completely bypass that little animation of Michael smashing the cases, so that's a plus there. Of course, Michael is upset that he hired a hacker who can't run antivirus software, so... And then you can even see Franklin unloading the bikes, so... And also you have to steal jewelry from all 20 cabinets, so... I was about to grab that last one, but luckily Packy got it for me, so... Then we run outside, and... That's how Trevor finds out about the heist, that guy on the news, so... I think those are baddie R8s that Kareem brings with us. If you chose Eddie Tote, he would bring you Sanchez's, and then he would actually give directions like hard left on the Dorset Drive. And yeah, I'm using Franklin's special ability to navigate the cars because the hit detection on the bike is absolutely ridiculous, and then going up towards the bridge and dropping onto the Del Perro freeway. Those are just some of the directions that Eddie gives if you choose him as your driver. Kareem just does not give directions at all, but it doesn't really matter as long as you just follow him. And unfortunately, I had a checkpoint here because what happened was Franklin bonked his head and he killed him somehow. It's like, what? He has a fucking helmet on. How did that kill him? It should not have, because yeah, that's kind of one thing I don't like about bikes in the GTA games. Their crazy hit detection. So apparently Kareem did not study the route down here. Eddie Toe says that he did study the routes, and then I think if you have Package or Gunman, he questions, saying, I was wondering why we brought dirt bikes, now I know why we have them. Then obviously Norm would crash out the tunnel, which even though Norm does crash and it is possible for you to grab his bag, he doesn't grab all the jewelry like Packy does, so that is why you always, always, always use Packy when doing this heist. And what's so funny is that whenever I do the casino heist, I always drive through the sewers here because that's like the best way to lose the cops, because it's like so close to the sewer. Well, either that or the helicopter spawn. I'm just kind of more like going through the sewers, so yeah, then you just drive through Trumosh, get to Pleo Bay, but yeah, you can lose the cops there, but for some reason in this mission only, they do not lose the cops at all. And Michael has to use the fucking truck to stop the cars, so...
I'm here. Keep driving.
yeah.
Keep going. I'll get to work on a copy of these profiles.
Take out the cop cars if you can. Roadblocks up ahead, man. We should cut across the river. Cops, they're waiting for us.
Another cop car. Keep going.
I thought I could just quickly tail that dude and just boink him, but I missed the car completely. I think he kind of got slowed down the river, and I successfully do it on this cop car here, so... yeah, this is a pretty epic heist. I'm not sure which one is the most epic. I mean, the obvious approach with the big score is kind of cool, but sadly, that's not the approach you're going to be seeing. And also, if you chose Normandy Crash, Michael will be wondering, "Oh, say 2 bikes, what the hell happened?" And then the dialogue depends on whether or not Franklin picked up his part of the score, so yeah. Unfortunately, you only get Michael only gets like $253,000 with Norm if he didn't pick up his money, and then whereas because if you use the best crew with Packy, Kareem, and Ricky, it's actually possible for Michael to get like 1.2 million.
I thought I was gonna be stuck to that bike.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna be stuck under
Yeah.
There gotta be more dudes waiting around that
And also, Norm is terrible with hostages in the loud approach. I think I forgot to mention that earlier, but yeah.
It is good to be alive.
Our first heist, and as you saw, the crew gets better throughout the experiences. So next time we choose Ricky, he's going to be have somewhat good skill, but he's not quite a full pro yet. That's not until the final Union Depository heist where he's going to have full skill.
Alright, people. We need to split up.
Why are your cuts on the rocks have been sold?
This shit was crazy, dog. So what now?
Get out of here. Keep our heads down.
What I tell you, Lester, huh? Alright, look, you're ready to take off. Hey, quick. So Lester and I got some things we gotta do. I want you to stop by the house a little later on. We'll celebrate, alright?
They're just checking some stuff, but yeah, that's pretty much the cutscene there, and you'll see it that I got fucked from Franklin bonking his head, and when you see the heist pass, you'll see it. Yep, it's the highest amount. Michael gets 1.2 million, and then Franklin gets $293,000. And we also get to send cutscene of Franklin at the strip club.
I don't care if you got money now. Don't you get it? That ain't what I was looking for. Not then, not now, not ever.
I know it ain't.
Because apparently Tanisha is also prejudiced toward, and yes, somehow they still get back together in 2021. So you know what? That's basically it for this video, and I'll see you in the next episode where Trevor finally comes in. So please like, comment, share, sub, and peace.